you don't need to worry too much about that introduction part of the video, because your tablets will have been threaded ready for this particular band anyway. I'm just showing you that you can actually change the slant of your tablets part way through a weave, a band, because I've got so much on my inkle loom here. I don't want to just cut it off here and say I've finished my band. That would be too much wastage. But what I do need is to start with every tablet having the same threads in the same place. Okay, I'm going to put a lolly stick in just to spread the two bands apart. Right, there we are. Put one in, just check that my threads are all in the same place, and they're not. So let that be a lesson to you. Before you start, your threads must be all in the same position. Let me check now. Yes, dark at the back, dark at the back. 3, 4, no, that one's not. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all my tablets are in the same position to start with. I generally like to have the dark threads facing me just to start with. Doesn't matter a great deal, but that's how I like to start. Right, I want to get the width of my band kind of settled, so I'm going to go forward once, beat, pass the thread through, forward again, 2, beat, pass the thread through, forward, beat, pass the thread through, forward, beat, pass the weft through. Now I've got to go backwards 4 times now. 1, beat, pass the weft through. Okay, now I'm going to start my pattern. If you've read the workshop document, you remember, if we look at each of these cards, if I was to turn all these cards forward, I'd finish up with a dark thread on the top, and that would be part of my pattern, or in this project, part of my letter. So let's take a look at the letter A. Well, let's put a space in first. We don't want all our letters to be touching, so we've got to start with just the background, and the background in this project is the light colour. So which way do we need to turn it to get a light colour on the top? Well, we need to go backwards, don't we? Back 1, that's beat, pass the weft through. And also, if you remember from the workshop document, every time you turn the tablets, you turn them twice. So I'm going to turn again, backwards, beat, and pass the weft through. And sure enough, we've got the light colour on top. If we look at the first row of the letter A, let's do A. I need cards 1 and 2 to have the background colour. Right, so these are cards 1 and 2. which way do we need to turn them? Well, they'll need to go forwards, won't they, because white is closest to us. And the way I do this, I set my cards up like this. 1 and 2 need to go forward, and I just offset those from the other cards slightly. Cards 3 to 7 need to go backwards, and the last 3 cards, cards 8, 9 and 10, need to go forwards. That will give us the background colour on the top. And this is the way I generally do things. If I want to move a tablet forwards, I put them slightly forward in my rack of tablets. The ones that need to go backwards, I keep at the back. And careful turning them, can turn the forwards ones and turn the back ones. Now, I don't pull these too far away from the other cards because things might get tangled. I need them to overlap just to keep things tight. Now I've turned them, I need to beat, pass the weft through, but of course I need to do it twice. So those cards forwards, those cards back, beat, pass the weft through. And I generally at this point put all the cards back together, ready for the next step. The next step shows again tablets 1 and 2 forwards. Cards 1 and 2 need the background colour, and cards 8, 9 and 10 need the back colour, as do cards 4, 6 and 7. Right, before we set these tablets up, which way do we need to go to get the light colour on top, i.e. the background? Well, white, or in my case white, the light colour is away from me, so I need to turn these tablets backwards to get the light colour on top. Now, which tablets were they again? Well, they were tablets 1 and 2, 4, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to be on top. So these two tablets will go forwards and these will go backwards. Clear the shed, beat, pass the weft through. Of course, we've got to do it twice, so these cards turn forwards and these cards or tablets turn backwards. My cards are getting a bit crossed there because I got them too far away from each other. If your cards do get stuck, it's easy enough to manipulate them so that they're free to turn again. Now, clear the shed, beat, pass the weft through. In fact, we know that for every step of making this letter, tablets 1 and 2 and 8, 9 and 10 are going to be background. So I could leave them in position every time if I wanted. But let's look at the next step. We need tablets 1 and 2 to be background. Well, white's towards us, so if we want white on top, they'll need to go forwards. So that's tablets 1 and 2 and tablets 8, 9 and 10. And the rest are got to be part of the pattern, so they'll need to come backwards, won't they? Okay, let's go. Those cards forward, those cards back. Clear the shed, beat and pass the weft through, and again those tablets forward, those back, clear, beat and pass the weft through. You could, if you wanted, it is a bit slower with these tablets, you could look at them and actually turn them one at a time into the right position. But I don't think there's any real need to do that. It's better to, I think, set them up before we turn. And we've actually finished our letter A, but let's have a space after it. So we want the background colour, i.e. the light colour, on top. So which way do we need to turn these tablets? Well, light is away from us, so we need to turn them backwards. Once, clear the shed, beat and pass the weft through. Well, the battery in my camera ran out, so I hope it will all come together now. Okay, the last move I made was the first of two, and I need to keep this light on top, don't I? So turn them backwards, clear the shed and beat and pass the weft through, and look carefully, there's our letter A. Now, considering we're only using 10 tablets here, I think it's pretty remarkable that we can make letters with just 10 tablets, and in fact we're only really using 6 tablets to make the pattern. What you will notice though is I've got some weft showing through here, just above the ear. That's either because I've made a mistake or I'm not pulling my weft tight enough, but I think you get the idea now. If you wanted to do the letter B, take a look at it. You got tablets 1 and 2 and 8, 9 and 10 definitely need to be background colour, and only tablets 3 and 7 need to be part of the pattern. So we could set this up. Which way would we have to go to start this? Well, the light colour is towards us, the background colour, so we need to go forwards to get the light colour on top. Now, I'm not going to go through every letter here. I think you've got the hang of it, and you can practice yourself, and you probably don't want to type out A, B, C, D, E, F. You probably want to, I don't know, spell your own name for a little bookmark, perhaps. But if you make a mess of things and you want to start again, just get all of your tablets back into the starting position, and whatever starting position you want, but I suggest put the pattern cards, the dark colours, towards you on the tablets. Good luck with that.